A 127-year-old company that's slowly opening up to startups. We're talking about Britannia, that held a My Startup campaign for homemakers. It went to reward some of them with 10 lakh rupees each. Rahul Dayama caught up with Britannia's CEO to know more about their startup game plan.
The genesis of the idea was the fact that our consumers are homemakers, right? For Marigold, the consumers are homemakers. How can we give back to the consumers who made us such a large brand, right? It's the second largest brand for the company, and it's growing in leaps and bounds. So how do we give back to our consumers? That was the genesis. But beyond that, the fact is, if you look at the numbers for the country, if women were, in percentage terms, working as men do in India, the economy would be 27% larger. And if you look at the last 10 years, the number of women in the workforce has actually moved downwards, right? So it's important that we encourage women. We encourage women to do what they want, and so we thought that encouraging women for entrepreneurship would be a great idea. And that's why we came up with this idea of this contest.
Got it.
And we've got some fantastic responses.
In terms of the response that you had to really shortlist and zero down really. So sir, would this be an ongoing initiative
Yes.
to really ensure that you take it beyond this? Because after we've for the first time seen sort of Britannia look at startups in this innovative way, you're awarding prizes. So this is something that will continue and
Yes,
ongoing?
absolutely will. And if anything, the canvas will only become larger as we go through the years.
Got it. Anything that personally caught your fancy from the entries that have come by? And, we've seen women across the country really write out with those ideas. So you would also look at sort of implementing some of them and see how you can sort of integrate it into Britannia's offering itself and the know-how.
No, the ideas are very, very diverse. They're not only food, but, the fact is that women are, frankly, when it comes to food, women are very, very good, and I've seen it in my wife's case, who started a cold pressed juice startup 3-4 years back. They are just fantastic in terms of developing recipes, in terms of making sure that they bring the best kind of products to the table, etc. So what really caught my fancy was not the ideas, but the passion that these women brought to the table, right? They were very passionate about the projects that they were talking about, and that's what impressed me the most.
Lastly, before I let you go, while Britannia has been innovating, internally, you would agree that it's important to keep abreast with what's coming out in terms of new trends, new technology, and the best way to really do that would be to engage with startups, entrepreneurs who are driving this innovation.
No, absolutely right. If you look at some of the startups in the area of food, they are just amazing, right? And I genuinely think that there's a lot that we need to learn from these startups as we go forward.